Hello, collectors. Welcome back. It is time for another episode of 5 cards every collector should own. A chance for collectors in the community to show 5 cards that they love and share them with all of you. So stick around and check it out.
Welcome to 4 Collectors.
All right, hello again. We are back for episode 11 of the series 5 cards every collector should own. The chance for anyone out there in the community to come on to 4 collectors and show 5 cards that you love and tell everybody why you love them. So anyone out there, if you want to be on a future episode and keep this series going, my queue of participants right now sits at only 1 person. So if you want to keep this series alive, you need to volunteer and come on to this show yourself. All you have to do is send an email to me at 4collectors@yahoo.com. That's FOUR collectors, all mashed together as one word, at yahoo.com. And let me know that you want to join. It'll help me kick the ball, get the ball rolling faster if you give me your phone number so I can text you and set up a recording session. So that's all you have to do, and you can be a part of this, of what we are doing here. If you haven't seen this show, we are going to be showing 5 cards that people love and bringing attention to the fact that cards do not have to be super expensive to be awesome. The first 4 of these items should be valued at somewhere $100-ish or less. As in, there's all kinds of spectacularly awesome cards out there that don't cost a fortune, don't break the bank, and that you would love owning. So that 5th card was reserved for a chance for someone to show something they love in their collection that is a card worth saving up for. So without further ado, we have got 3 great newer channels in the community that volunteered for this show, and I'm going to start bringing them on, starting with Treavor, Blue Color Cards. Welcome to 4Collectors, sir.
Hello, John. Thanks for having me on.
Great to have you. You just got started making a couple videos. I know you applied for this before that, but circumstances didn't work out for that to be your YouTube debut. But we got you on here now, and yeah, everyone, all these channels, the links will be in the description. Please give them some love for me and subscribe. So thanks for joining the panel today, Treavor. So
thanks.
Up next, he's got a few more videos in with about 6 months on the scene. We have got Ross Loves Cards. Welcome, Ross.
Hey, thanks, John. I've always loved this series since the first time I seen it. And I used to try to screenshot so I'd know what cards I need to be looking out for. And my list got too long, so I cut down on that. But
well, now's your chance to provide inspiration for someone else to buy a card and, spend some of their money. So
I'll see what I can do.
Great. All right. Last but not least, we have got the veteran of this panel with 7 months in. We have got Steve of Reverend Steve Cards. Welcome to 4Collectors.
Thanks, John. Good to be here. Good to be with Treavor and Ross today too. Yeah, I guess I'm the old guy here. He's been around a little bit, not very long, but it's great to be here. Great to be with just be able to hang out.
Yeah. Well, we got a panel of 2025 rookies here. So there we go. So, it's kind of, people a lot of times find their tribe in the people that start doing this that's around the same time. I mean, I'm in a chat group with a group of guys where we all started in 2022, and we've been in a chat group now for like 3 years. So, it's just how it kind of works out that way, that we have this common experience of YouTube and doing that together. So, but Yes, thanks everybody for joining. We have got, I'm assuming, some awesome cards to see. So I'm pretty sure that's why people came to watch this. So we might as well get started. So, but with your first card, before you show it, go ahead and just say a little bit about what you're doing with your own channel and your collection type goals type of thing. So. So Trevor, we're gonna get you up first. We'll get the screen shifted here. All right. Tell us a little bit about blue collar cards.
Yeah, I started out collecting vintage, trying to put the 65 set together to give to my dad, and that didn't work out. And I need one card to finish that set, but I like the golden era baseball cards. I like pre-war baseball cards. I like baseball cards, period. But the rabbit hole I've went down recently is players born in Indiana, and I'm trying to get a playing days card for every player that has a card from 1909 to 1980. I just need one card, but trying to get one for several players, and I like looking up their story and their little bit of their biography and see uh, finding out how some of them are historically significant in the game. Some of them outside the game have significance. So that's the rabbit hole I've went down here recently.
All right, cool. So card number one here for our show. What do we got?
Well, card number one is the least expensive card I have to show tonight. You can get one of these, no problem. I like this card because I like things of beauty, and I know John thinks he knows what I think is the most beautiful card, and he would be right 99% of the time. But this is that 1% where I'm going to show a different card. I'm not going to show Thurman Tucker's 1951 Bowman. I am going to show Reindeer Studios, Martin Diego, that Scott at Reindeer Studios painted the original artwork to give to Orlando after he got his cancer diagnosis and had to have surgery. And Scott has made these cards to sell, and the proceeds he's going to donate after expenses, he's going to donate to American Cancer Society. So you can have one of these. They're $10 plus shipping. ReindeerStudios.com. Go over there, buy one. Buy one for Christmas gifts. Give them to everybody you know. It serves a purpose, and it can help benefit your family and others in the future through the American Cancer Society.
That's an awesome card number one there. Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. I love
All
mine.
right. We all love Scott, our the favorite artist of the community. So
yeah,
great pick. All right, Ross, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, my name's Ross, and I've had the channel Ross Loves Cards for about 6 months. What got me interested in vintage cards was I wanted to collect the cards that had my hometown on the back of it, and that would be with Preacher Rowe and Bill Verton, both from my hometown. So I started collecting them, then I found Carl Erskine, started kind of going down that rabbit hole, and got into the Brooklyn Dodgers of the 50s. And I like the Bowmans the best, so I'm working on a Bowman Brooklyn Dodger set. All the Brooklyn Dodgers from 1948 till 1955. It's about 120 cards. So, and I've kind of branched off and read the Boys of Summer. Kind of want to do a Boys of Summer collections. What I'm working on too. So that's kind of where I'm at, and pick up different stuff along the way. But a card that I became interested in is this 1959 Roger Maris. I guess my first interaction or run-in with Roger Maris, it was the movie 1961, when it came out. I remember me and my best friend watching that, and kind of always liked Maris from that. But he's also lived in Missouri for a while. He's in the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. Of course, 1961 is probably one of his most popular cards for what happened that year. You can get it for about the same price as this, but this isn't a 4. I think I got it for 60 after taxes and shipping. But I just love the looks of this 59. I love this, the A's logo, the elephant.
Oh yeah,
Just one of my favorite cards.
Great,
Yeah, nice card.
beautiful pick. All right,
Yeah.
Steve, you're. Let's hear about your channel now.
Yeah. Well, my name is Steve Miller, so coming up with a channel name that doesn't lead people to the Steve Miller Band was kind of difficult. So I was like, well, I wanted to use my name, but I'm a pastor in Pennsylvania, so I thought, well, I'll just use Rev Steve. And anyway, I have a couple projects I worked on. I've got a Hall of Fame binder that I'm working on that's far too complicated to try to explain in just a minute or two. But just collecting Hall of Famers, and I'm also a big Pirates fan, so I collect a lot of Pirates. I'll be showing a couple of different Pirates here today. I'm from Iowa originally, though, and if I would have thought about being with Treavor and Ross, we both collect guys from their states. I could have just brought cards from guys from Iowa. I do have one, but not all of them. But anyway, I started. I also started with my least expensive card. That wasn't on purpose. I'm actually going backwards in time, but I picked the Hank Aaron, the Home Run King card. I love this card for a couple of different reasons. I love the card because of its history. Obviously, with Hank Aaron hitting the home run. Also, the history of the card, them, printing this card before he'd actually become the home run king, and hoping he didn't break an arm or something before that worked out for them. But also, when I was growing up, I collected the turn back the clock cards, and if you know the turn back the clock cards, one of the turn back the clock cards was the card of Hank Aaron. Of course, I think it was in the '88 set, and so when I was a kid, I would have been able to see this card, but not this card. And so, as an adult, going back and beginning to collect some of the older, the vintage cards, being able to pick up some of those turn back clock cards has really just been cool for me. So that's another thing that I've collected some of. I haven't gotten all those, but I'm getting the turn back the clock cards. So that was a pretty cool card on a lot of different levels for me.
Great pick. Yeah, the turn back the clock were big for us that grew up in the '80s there. So. All right, so I'm John, the 3D '80s kid. My channel, I guess you should already know that, but so my first card, my 11th try here doing this. I'm still pulling different cards, so this is I went with a theme today of shortstops. So this first one would be one that I know Ross wouldn't mind too much with collecting Brooklyn. It doesn't fit in that 55 range, just misses, but it is the 56 Topps Pee Wee Reese, which
That's a nice one.
Yeah, I love the little action shot on that one. That's a real action shot of him flying over the sliding person that's actually sliding the right way.
That's a good portrait. You don't always have them.
Yeah.
And yeah, a good portrait as well. He didn't take too many portrait cards, as he seemed to always like to have fun with the photographers in some capacity, generally. So, but 10-time All-Star. He missed 3 years from the war that were prime years, age 24 to 26. So lost a huge chunk of potential stats because he made the All-Star team right before he went to war, and then he made it the next 9 years after he came back. So not a gaudy batting average, but if you look at it from a modern metrics perspective, he was a very disciplined hitter. So he had a very respectable career on base percentage. I think it was like 369. So, but definitely the right guy for that team with, his teammate. That's the famous one there.
Yeah.
Being a leader there was, perfect timing to have a guy of his character there. So
Yeah.
just a outstanding individual. So, but,
Yeah.
all right. Card number 2 for Trevor.
Card number 2, I've picked a card out of the 1965 set. It's in some ways my favorite card. It is the quintessential card for that player. It's a 1965 Bob Euchre. He's holding the bat left-handed and batted right-handed. So I originally thought it might have been a reverse negative, but if you look at his hat, it's not. It's him being goofy. So typical Bob.
I mean, look at the look on his face. It does look like he's,
Yeah.
extra pleased with himself with that.
Oh
photo.
yeah. Oh yeah. I bet they don't catch this. Yeah. Yeah.
Not a bad actor, even. Mr.
Right.
Belvedere was a good show.
TV, movie. I mean, for people our age, I mean, who hasn't said just a bit outside?
Oh, yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he is the announcer voice that everyone will mimic the most with that Major League movie. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So, that's a cool card. All right, Ross, number 2.
Number 2, I'm going to go with my favorite player, one of the two of them, Carl Erskine. This is the 1954 Red Heart. I actually just posted it in part of a video I did on Carl Erskine. Might be my one I actually released most recent. But I absolutely love this Red Heart card. It is my first Red Heart, and I like it enough. It's not going to be my last, hopefully. So,
Yeah.
Gorgeous
That's
card,
it.
gorgeous set. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of my favorite cards in that set.
I love the ones with the red background. Those are great.
yeah. And that and him from being from Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong.
All right, nice pick there. Let's go to Steve for card number 2.
All right. Well, I went with my favorite team and one of my favorite players to collect these days. This is Manny Sanguillen. This is his rookie card. But the cool thing is, this is also his Venezuelan card. You can see a little paper loss. I joke around that can't be a Veni without a little paper loss. But um, one of the things I love about collecting somebody like Sanguillen is he's got a cool story. He was friends with Clemente, and he was supposed to be on the plane where Clemente died. He lost his keys and couldn't get there, and literally swam with the sharks trying to find his body. But just he had so much joy for the game, and just really like so many of his cards, he's smiling and grinning. And I always love this image. So I have his rookie card for his tops. Um, but I was thrilled to be able to pick this up. And really, if you're collecting non Hall of Famers, Vennies tend to be pretty expensive, but non Hall of Famer, uh, even though it's his rookie card, still was able to get this for less than 50. So just a fantastic card. And you can see, I mean, I know you got a little bit of paper loss, although it's not as much as a lot of the others. But that front it's pretty perfect.
And center.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah,
looking
it's a neat card.
Yeah, really
Very
nice to
neat
get.
card.
That's my only Venezuelan card in my collection, and might stay that way. He's got another one I might pick up at some point, but I really like that one. Getting cards that are his. That I wasn't sure whether I was going to go with one of his Venezuelans or one of his O-Pee-Chees, but I went with the Venny today.
Well, that's awesome. Great card there. All right, my third card. This would be a guy who spanned across World War II as well. He lost one full season and also most of the 1945 season. He came back at the very tail end of it. Otherwise, he was tracking to be even a 3,000 hit guy as a shortstop, which is rare. Craziest moment for me is seeing him in an old timers game, I think in like 1982 or 83. I forget which year. Hit a home run when he was like 75 years old off of Warren Spahn. And that is Mr. Luke Appling here in his final regular issue of a 1950 Bowman card. Beautiful
Nice.
blue sky with the clouds in the background of Mr. Appling here.
You do like those blue skies.
Nice card.
So
It's a beautiful card.
which
Yeah.
little smudge on the back to help make it even cheaper.
That's why
I picked up a 34, 36 Diamond Stars of his that way cheaper because it was a men's size.
Oh yeah,
You know.
I did see that. That was a nice pickup of yours. So, but yeah, it feels like those guys who were like stars of the 30s to 40s and into World War II are almost like forgotten. Like that's a near
because
forgotten time period of baseball there. So,
well, I think part of that I think those because there's so few cards issued. You know, after 36 up to 48. You know, there's a
yeah, it
few,
doesn't help.
not a lot.
Sure. I mean, he's in 34 Gaudy and then the 34 Diamond Stars, but yeah, there's not a ton of other cards for him that are easy to obtain. So, but all right, we're on to card number 3 for Treavor.
Well, I picked this one because I picked this up at a recent card show, and I know it will meet John's approval because it's not a rookie. And I show this. It's a 55 Bowman Hank Aaron second year card. But if you buy cards ungraded, you can get them way cheaper than you ever can in a slab. So, and it's a 55 Bowman. I think, as I've said before, I have a love-hate relationship. I think they look better in about a 2 or a 3 grade myself, but to each their own.
Like a little rough around the edges with that TV border, huh?
Right. I mean, honest corners, as Mike Petty would say, you know, or
Oh yeah.
I just like them when you can tell that they were well thought of, I guess, for lack of a better way of saying.
That's a great card. All-time great player. So, oh, Ross, you're up.
Okay, this card, I picked it because it was my first introduction. The player was my first introduction to vintage baseball of any sort. It is this 64 of Willie Mays. I actually just bought this recently off of Jayhawker Mike.
Nicely centered on that one. That one's not. It's harder to find looking like that.
Yeah.
I remember in second
Yeah,
grade.
those are nice.
I was in second grade and went to the library and I wanted to get a book over baseball. And I had a book over Willie Mays was the first one. And that may have actually been the first book I ever read, start to finish. Then I think Hank Aaron was after that. But so that was my first. Every time I think of Willie Mays, I think about me reading that book. So that's part of the reason I chose that.
All right, cool story.
Yeah,
card
that's
there.
a good card.
All right, Steve, card number 3.
You know, when I was thinking about this, I was one of the, you tend to call it cards everyone should own, and I was thinking about it from my kids' perspective, like what cards where as I've gotten them, and I talk to them a lot about just the card significance, and my kids know all about Jackie Robinson. I'm not going to take away from that, but they know it. They have we watched the movie together a couple times, and they know all the stories. They read the books, but like all of this, we tend to remember the first one and not the second one. And so when I picked up my Larry Doby, this is his 54 tops. And Trevor, I'm with you. I don't buy them graded very often, but this is his 54 top. It's just a beautiful card. And I'm going to hold it upside down there so that the thing is you can pick this up. You pick up a Jackie Robinson from 54 tops, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, even not graded. But Larry Doby, who came 2 weeks later, playing for the major leagues, just a couple weeks after facing the same kind of things, but maybe not with as much support as Jackie Robinson had. Uh, so he was facing all the same kind of things. And so when I picked this up, this was one of those things that I sat down with my boys and we talked about Larry Doby for a while and just kind of the stuff he had. Actually, right after I bought this, I sat them down and we watched Tony Southern Collector. He had a video where he talked about the history, so we watched that together. Just kind of a cool little experience with them because he showed his cards and they weren't as impressed with my card when they saw his cards, but
Yeah,
anything. But anyway, I just love the
yeah,
stories of the historical significance of that card and such. And plus, it's just a great card. I
yeah.
love the 50 tops sets. It's probably it. I'd probably irritate people if I say this, but it might be my favorite set from the 50s. I like it better than the 52s and 3s. So love the 54s.
That's a good green
Yeah.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dobie went
Yeah,
through all the same crud and didn't get any of the flowers that Jackie did. Very little credit and recognition until much later. I don't think. At least not in a hobby.
Yeah, which is good for collectors. We can get his cards for pretty cheap, but still wish more people would hear his stories as well.
yeah, you
Yeah.
still feel like he should get more credit for basically going through all the same thing. I mean, it is a different league, so it's all different stadiums and different fans and still the same experience. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's a shame, but all right. So, as it turns out, I do have with my next selection a teammate of Larry Doby's when he would have premiered. This guy here, another guy who lost seasons to the war and had one of the greatest seasons ever by a shortstop in actually 1948 when he won MVP. One of the few, modern metric 10 plus war seasons for a shortstop. There aren't that many. So,
Yeah.
And that is going to be Lou Boudreau here in this, as our community has corrected, 1949 Leaf card.
Nice card. Nice
So,
card.
yeah, I think these ones look really nice when they aren't the ones where it's like double vision image that makes your
Yeah.
eyes tweak out. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Make them
those
look like
are
they're.
all too common.
Yeah. When they're off like that, it looks like the old 3D images and stuff where you need
Yeah, like you
glasses
got to
for.
have 3D glasses to see it correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your eyes are tweaking. But
Yeah, great card.
so,
Love the background on that too.
yeah,
I like
another
them.
one of those more forgotten players that's, an all time top 10 level shortstop. So,
Yeah.
like at least the last guy was as well. So, but, we are on to card number 4.
Well, I like Hall of Famers and everything like everybody else, but also like some of the obscure sets. And believe it or not, I got a Hall of Famer in this set for under $100. This is a 1954 Wilson Franks Enos Slaughter.
That's a tougher set with the Wilson Franks.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a non-Hall of Fame player that cost me more than that Hall of Fame player, but we won't get into that story. Yeah, but
All right.
that just sneaks under the $100 limit, but it did, and you just gotta be patient with those Wilson Franks, and you can find them. You know, if you're not patient, you'll pay whatever you're willing to pay for them. But if you are patient, you can get some better with them than other times.
Yeah, those are really cool hot dog cards. So just like we already had a dog food card, so it's about the best hot
Yeah,
dog card you can buy there as opposed to the best hot dog food. So
you're right.
some interesting producers of cards in the 50s.
Oh yeah.
All right. Great one. Ross, you're up.
Yeah, just about that Wilson Franks card. I recently had to have somebody coach me on or talk me off of the ledge on one. Trevor knows what I'm talking about. I was looking at him what he thought on it. He kind of gave me a range, and that was kind of where I was thinking. And I was glad I didn't go over that. I didn't get the card, but those are all cards. Any of the Wilson Franks ones, I think, are awesome. My, I guess, fourth card that I picked is 1953 Warren Spahn.
Oh yeah, nice
Um,
card.
Great.
you
Great
know,
shot on that one.
when I got this card, being a two, I thought, man, the coloring, the centering on that, that thing's awesome. And about my third or fourth time looking at it, I finally seen there across his nose, there's a little wrinkle across it, but you have to hold your mouth just right and keep looking to see it. Sometimes I can see it, sometimes I can't, but that may be the part of the reason I bought it for the price I did. But I like this card. It does say Boston, and of course he's got the B on there. They never played. They was Milwaukee Braves. I think they announced it like with a month before their first game during spring training that they moved from Boston to Milwaukee. And what's interesting about that is Warren Spahn just invested, I think it was $30,000 into a restaurant right across from the ballpark. Then he found out they was moving.
That was bad timing.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure that'd been a rough thing to go home and tell the wife, hey, you remember that money I invested? Well, the ballpark's no longer there across the road. So,
Or at
anyways,
least no one's going to be going to it.
yeah. But that's
All
why
right.
that card.
Great
Cool card. And great, eye appeal bargain there. So, all right, Steve, card number 4.
All right. Well, I said I had one that was from my home state. Kind of a funny story behind this. My grandpa served in World War II. He was stationed in Germany for a while, and my dad lived over there when he was just an infant. Moved back home and moved to Winterset, Iowa, where they farmed for a while. And Fred Clark, who is a Pittsburgh Pirates Hall of Famer, was raised on a farm in Winterset, Iowa. Actually, it's 40 minutes from where my dad actually grew up. He moved there. He moved shortly after. But this is a Fred Clark. This is a Mecha double folder. It's one of those where you fold it over and it's a different player. It's Bill Bryan. But anyway, this is not dog food. This is cigarettes. That's probably not great, but um, this is just a beautiful card. I love these, and this is from 1911, so it's a very old card. And that's how you get it for less than $100. Somebody nicked the corners off of that, but
How cool is that? The team and hometown, I mean, for both
yeah,
of you.
yeah, I couldn't believe when I found out where he was from because I hadn't studied up on him very much, and then I found out he's from Winterset, and I was like, Winterset, I know where Winterset is. That it's my dad moved shortly after he was a baby, but they lived there for a short time where they were renting a farm, but then they farmed 40 minutes. My dad grew up on the farm 40 minutes from there. where my grandparents lived until my grandma passed away in January. So just a very cool, just kind of historical, just kind of the connection there. But then he was Fred Clark played with Honus Wagner. He went into the Pirates organization with Wagner, and they played there together. So just quite a quite a history there. And so yeah, went from growing up on a farm 40 minutes from where my grandparents were to playing for the team that I cheer for now. So pretty awesome.
Sweet card there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Cool.
double photos are neat.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to have be a cigarette card when it's that era, because that's what the majority of them are. But
Red or caramels. These.
Yeah, a few caramels that unfortunately I think for those years the caramel ones are a little pricier. So
yeah, they'd be your last card.
Yeah,
mostly.
Yeah, even a raw one wouldn't have been able to fill it yet.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, my fourth card is one that was a opportunistic purchase with some great front eye appeal. The player itself, he has two very significant facts about him. But I guess let's start showing the card and then I can talk while it's on screen. I've got this 1933 Gaudi of Joe Sewell, which if you saw the grade there, you're wondering what the heck's going on, because look at that front. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
beautiful.
So with him, his career started with the Cleveland Indians in 1920, and he was specifically sought out and found as a prospect because they had a gap to fill at shortstop that was unfortunately made by Mr. Ray Chapman, who, as probably most people that would be watching this video have heard of him. He died from the pitch from Carl Mays to the temple. So that was the genesis of his major league career, was Cleveland looking through minor league teams trying to find a replacement for Ray Chapman. And they found a great one with Mr. Sewell. He was instantly almost a star hitter, one of the most disciplined hitters in the history of baseball, as he struck out once every 63 at-bats, which for players that played the majority of their career in the World Series and after era is number one. I mean, the only guy that beats him statistically just barely is Wee Willie Keeler, who, half of his stats are or more than half is his career's pre-World Series era. So little different game they were playing in the 1890s, I think. But yeah, he was his last seasons in the major leagues, like his last 10, all were less than 10 strikeouts. He had two different years of 3 strikeouts and 3 with 4. And we're talking as many as 696 plate appearances with like 4 strikeouts. So
there are guys that strike out that many times in a game now.
Yes. And that's why it's a 1.
Yeah.
And that's why it looks so nice, is because it was preserved in a scrapbook, in which apparently it was glued into.
Yeah. Still a nice card, though.
And you can still read most of it as well. Like, you're not missing much back. It's just important.
And I was able to get this for 40-something bucks because it's a 1.
Holy smoke.
Wow. So
that's crazy.
I think it was an opportunistic find. I mean, even now they price out at maybe only like 70-ish when it's a 1, because people care so much about the stupid number. So
yeah.
On the flip, but yeah, great all-time player. Another relatively forgotten person, though. So, all right. At this point of the show, this is where the big cards come out. This is everybody's chance to show something that they felt it was worth saving up the money for. all these awesome things that are, anybody can reasonably purchase. These ones you might have to save for a while. So, and if in case you missed it at the beginning, I'm going to say again, if you want to be on screen, just send me an email, 4collectors@yahoo.com. It's that easy. So, all right, Trevor, card number 5.
Well, mine's not a crazy card, but it's the first tobacco card I bought. It's a 1912 Honest Long Cut T227 Rube Marquand, and this is the year he won. He won 19 consecutive starts.
Yeah.
And then
Love on that card.
Wow.
And it's got a whopping grade of a SGC 1.5.
Love the cards from that set. If
Yeah,
everybody is not familiar with it, the T227 was a multi-sport set. There's only 4 baseball players available. Ty Cobb, which is way too expensive for me.
Yeah.
That one, the Chief Bender, and then the one I own, which is the Frank Home Run Baker. So,
yeah.
But at that time in 1912, boxing was the most popular sport of the time, and so there's actually 5 boxers in the set as opposed to only the 4 baseball players. So, awesome card.
Thank you.
All right, Ross, what you got?
Well, I was just thinking, me and Steve's kind of got a lot of connections tonight. He mentioned that his dad lived in Germany for a little bit. My mom was actually born in Stuttgart because her dad was over in the military. She's got a German birth certificate.
Oh, cool.
But also, card he showed, the 54 Dobie, my local card shop has one of them sitting in the case I seen the last time I was looking at when I was going through there. That's just a cool looking card. And he's already explained a little bit about who I'm going to show, but I'm going to go with Larry Dobie as well.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
This
Great
is
card.
The 1951 Bowman Larry Dobie.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I've had
It's a
this
beautiful card.
just about 10 days or so. I got that at the show in St. Louis that I was at. I thought about when I was picking out my favorite top card, I thought about the 51 Campy I've got, but I know John showed it before, and I thought, this was my second favorite card that I have. And I like this card also because Jay Hawker Mike, me and him was buying cards together. I bought this 51 Dobie, and right there beside it, he bought the 51 Campy at the same time. So it's kind of a special card to me for that, but I absolutely love the looks of this card.
Yeah,
beautiful.
It's a beautiful card.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've got the little bit shorter 1950 version of it.
I've seen that over your right shoulder, I guess, the last episode before last.
Yep. All right, great one. All right, Steve, what you got?
Well, I started in 74 and kept going backwards, but now I'm going to jump forwards. My favorite player growing up was Ricky Henderson, and could never afford his rookie card. But I had this one. This one was gifted to me, so you'll have to save up to buy it, but I didn't have to save up. This is his rookie card with his autograph.
Wow, nice.
So it's graded at
Nice.
10. Pretty sure that's the signature, not the card. You can see it's a little low C, but I've shown this on my channel and kind of told the story behind it. My brother bought it for me, but the Ricky Henderson rookie card was something I wanted since I was a little kid, and being able to get it with his signature, and he got this for me Just I think he purchased it right before Henderson passed away. But if you want to,
Wow.
an Options rookie card, you're definitely gonna have to save up to get it. So that's
Yeah.
that's my one. So pretty happy to have that in my collection.
Yeah, it's a nice card.
Yeah.
I was going to show my Ty Cobb, but I went ahead and put that one away after Trevor showed his card from the same set. No, I haven't.
there wouldn't have been no need for that.
Yeah, that Ty Cobb, even in a beater version, is like a 5K purchase, I think. So yeah, that one's a little out of reach. So all right. It's my turn to wrap things up. So finishing off my shortstop theme, I am going with the guy that went in that first inaugural class of the Hall of Fame that has a really famous T206 card. And as such, a rising tide does unfortunately lift all ships. And so it makes all of his, what many people would think of as normal baseball cards, really expensive. You can't get into any of those like caramel cards, tobacco cards. They have to be beat up versions, and it's still like 4K. So I opted the game card route for Mr. Hannes Wagner, as in short for Johannes. And I went with the 1914 Polo Grounds game, where it's got this cool photo of his batting stance. You know, size wise, it ends up being where the photo on this is kind of like the size of like a strip card ultimately, since it's got the massive then white border where it ends up being playing card size overall. But
Yeah.
this one here I was able to pick up for 1,200, which a lot less than what his normal cards go for, but still took quite a bit of while to save up. So, but
Yeah.
these ones
I
are
think
really cool with the old Polo Grounds photo on the back of them. So,
yeah,
I don't know if
that is a neat card.
that back's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're looking
the
to
game
get
cards, I think, are
after,
underappreciated.
yeah, dead ball guys, if you want to go for bargain, go for either this set or the 1913 National Game or Tom Barker cards. Way cheaper than what would be your standard baseball cards. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but still plain days item. So
It's a neat one.
that's what my goal was. So all right.
Yeah. Well,
So thank you so much, guys, for coming on the show. Everybody showed some great stuff. So
John,
any last word for the folks at home, starting with Trevor?
thanks for having me. If you're at home watching this and you ain't signed up to be on this, what are you waiting on? Sign up.
Thank you.
Well, I like watching them, so just
All
sign
right,
up.
Ross, how about you?
Yep. Once again, I want to thank you for having me on, and thank you for all the previous ones you've showed. I tell you what, they're just fun to sit and go back through and watch and just see what cards people are interested in. And yeah, and like I said, it's pretty low entry, and the first, well, even the last one, it can be whatever you want, but value wise, so there's no reason not to. But I sure appreciate the chance to show the cards that I like.
All right, great having you. And lastly, Steve, how about you?
just thanks for having us on, John. I really appreciate that and the work you put into this and all the four collector stuff. And just look forward to watching some more in the future, and hopefully you get a few more people in your queue. Good.
that's what I'm hoping for, because I enjoy, pulling in people who, might not have a lot of exposure, giving them a chance for people in the community to see them. Maybe you'll connect and find new friends through being on this screen right here. So, everybody on the panel, thank you very much for joining. Fun time as
Thanks for
always.
having me.
Everybody out there, enjoy collecting, and we'll see you next time here on For Collectors. So, bye for now.
Love my hobby. Keep collecting baseball cards.
But hey, we want to keep the lights on here at For Collectors Studios, so hit the like button for us, guys.
So thanks everybody for coming, and we'll see you next time on For Collectors.
All right, guys, have a great rest of your night. Subscribe to the For Collectors channel if you haven't done so yet, and we'll see you soon.
All right, guys. Clemente Collector has said we hit a grand slam, so that makes me feel good.